Korean startups shine at Asian trade show. Asia Tech drives Korean literature in France. Korean cakes a hit in Russia. Korean cuisine comforts the elderly. Korean adoptee and chef Pierre Sang Boyer. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Jung Se-min. Many people in Korea go to streams, rivers, and the sea in July and August when summer is at its peak. What if it were possible to have a similar experience without having to leave one's home? A small group of friends in Russia turned one person's kitchen into a swimming pool. The group covered the floor and walls with plastic sheets, which they glued together to create a waterproof seal, and flooded the kitchen. They played in their makeshift indoor pool just as if they were actually at a swimming pool. Once they had their fun, they emptied the water into the basement. Well, here's hoping that their appliances are still in working order. I hope that this helps you come up with unique ways to enjoy the summer holidays. And now let's turn to our first story of the day. Applications of information and communications technology, or ICT, such as big data, mobile tech, and wearable devices are widely integrated in our daily lives. New Korean startups took part in Computex Taipei 2016, Asia's largest tech exhibition, and garnered a lot of attention with new technologies. Let's take a closer look.
A user selects a person on a smartphone app. The app automatically selects a date and time that would suit both people. This is an AI-powered scheduler developed by a Korean startup. Another company showcased an app for making payments easily. Both customers and businesses can use this app without having to go through complicated authentication processes.
지금 현재는 우리나라에서만 이 기술을 적용하고 있는데 이 동남아시아와 같이 이러한 모바일 결제가 새로 떠오르고 있는 시장에서 새로운 시장을 진입하고자.
These companies and many more were present at Computex Taipei 2016, Asia's largest tech expo. Computex Taipei has focused on computer parts for the past 35 years, but this year the main theme was the Internet of Things and new technologies.
Innovex 就是新创企业，我们今年有217家的新创企业。我们很感谢韩国 Kotra 也组了11家的厂商来参加我们的Innovex 的展览。
A Korean company was the only foreign enterprise recognized as one of the most outstanding startups.
한국 스타트업들에 대해서 오히려 해외 투자자나 해외 단체들이 많은 관심을 갖고 있습니다. 저희 장점이라고 보면 그 좋은 엔지니어들이 있고 또 굉장히 빠른 인터넷 모바일 환경이 한국에 있잖아요. 그래서 쉽게 제품을 만들고 테스트해 볼 수 있는 게 장점인 것 같습니다.
This year's exhibition will become a stepping stone for Korean companies to expand abroad and test their potential.
Moving on to our next story. Korea was the guest of honor country at this year's Paris International Book Fair held in March, and this is an indication of the growing interest in Korean literature in France. One French publisher has been bringing Korean works for more than 40 years now. Let's find out more.
This is Asia Tech, a publisher in Paris that specializes in Asian literature. Korean works make up the majority of books on the shelves in the open lobby. Korean literature is also the most popular genre among the visitors here.
J'ai lu à peu près tout ce qui a été publié à l'Asiatech jusqu'à la méthode, mais je m'intéresse plus particulièrement à la littérature.
Founders Christian and Elaine Thioli opened Asia Tech in 1973, focusing primarily on Japanese and Chinese books. Then in 1976, Christian came across a report about Korean literature at an international conference on Asian studies.
Ma première impression, c'était que c'était un pays où il y avait beaucoup de choses passionnantes à découvrir, que l'on ne connaissait pas tellement, et en particulier du point de vue littéraire, la littérature n'était pas encore connue, la littérature coréenne.
In 1977, Thioli published an academic book about modern Korean history written by the scholars she'd met at the conference. In 1982, Asia Tech began to establish itself as a publisher specializing in Korean with its translation of the Korean classical novel 백시전.
On décrit d'une manière assez crue parfois la vie quotidienne et en même temps il y a une chaleur humaine, il y a une solidarité entre les gens.
Asia Tech became the source of Korean literature in France. Her son, Philippe Thioli, runs the publishing house today.
Ça devrait bénéficier certainement de ce mouvement d'attrait pour la culture coréenne. C'est de pouvoir découvrir de nouveaux auteurs qui ne sont pas encore traduits en français et qui le méritent. Voilà.
The efforts of the Thiolis have become the driving force behind the boom of Korean literature in France.
Our next story takes us to Russia. Korea is often called an IT or beauty powerhouse on the global stage. Now, can Korea be considered a powerhouse in the sweet world of desserts? Korean baking is proving to be quite popular in Russia thanks to Hallyu. Let's join a class in Korean baking.
This cake looks as if a vibrant flower bouquet was placed on top. Russian women focus on making their own flowers, but it isn't easy. Their Korean instructor, Park Song-hee, guides the students through the process. Park came to Russia from Korea to teach Korean cake-making skills. Cake classes like this, featuring Korean instructors, have been popular among women in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Увидев работы кореянки Сонги, я была безумно просто влюблена в ее работу. Она талантливейший кондитер. Но я была 100% уверена, что именно обучаться вначале нужно было у нее.
Flower cake art presents not only outstanding visuals, but also delectable tastes. It started about 10 years ago in the US and became popular in Russia recently, thanks to Hallyu. Russian women began picking up gelatin flower cake art as a hobby after seeing it often in Korean dramas and movies.
В первую очередь заключается в том, что в корейских цветах они более натуралистичные, более изящные. Американцы, на мой взгляд, они делают более грубые, такие штампованные цветы, а вот у корейцев есть вот вкус, он прям врожден.
As there is preference for Korean-style cakes, many Russians are calling flower cakes Korean cakes instead. This baking school has been inviting Korean instructors every month since last year, and about 150 people sign up for classes, which cost over $100 per day.
저도 이제 처음 수업을 왔기 때문에 모르는 상태로 왔었거든요. 근데 보니까는 이제 한국의 유명한 선생님들 사진을 다 저장을 해놓을 정도로 케이크에 대한 열정이 정말 한국 분들 못지않게 대단하시더라고요.
Russia, with its own delectable desserts, is welcoming Korea's unique baking techniques and aesthetic flair.
Moving on to our next story. What do expatriates miss the most about their homeland? It's probably their native food. In Washington state, members of the Korean Women's Association have been cooking Korean food for the elders for the past 28 years. Let's find out more.
Senior Korean expatriates living in Washington state are gathered at the cafeteria of the Korean Women's Association office in Federal Way. The tables are filled with all sorts of Korean dishes, from fried pork to kimchi and soup. The joyful atmosphere even gets the elders to dance. Members of the Korean Women's Association in Washington state have been cooking and providing food to senior Koreans every Monday and Friday.
영양식을 주니까 그리고 우리가 이렇게 해 먹을 수가 없잖아요. 노인들이 이제 혼자들 살고 또 둘이 살고 하면서 음식을 장만하려면 힘들잖아. 근데 이렇게 해주니까요.
Korean women in Washington established the Korean Women's Association in order to promote the rights of Korean women. They started providing free meals in 1988. They felt bad that Korean elders missed food from their homeland, but there weren't any restaurants nearby to provide them with Korean food.
이거 그냥 밥 한 끼 먹으러 오는 거 아니에요. 각박한 이민 생활의 모든 정보를 또 얻어가요. 물론 친구하고 또 만나니까 좋고, 그러니까 외로움도 달래고 정보도 얻어가고.
As word spread that the cafeteria provided homemade Korean food, the event became a mainstay for many elderly expatriates. They came from all over Washington state, and the state government began providing $350,000 every year. With the financial support, the Korean Women's Association is now reaching out not only to elderly Korean expats, but also the socially disadvantaged.
소셜 서비스 프로그램이 점점 많은 활동을 하고 있고요. 교민들이 그리고 이민자들이 여기 와서 사는데 부족함이 없고 편리할 수 있도록 우리가 앞으로도 계획하고 목표를 갖고 있습니다.
The association is also providing meals to American senior citizens as part of their efforts to become a regional welfare institution. They hope to relieve the sense of loneliness that deepens with age, regardless of race.
Oh, I think it's probably, in my opinion, I would think it's probably one of the best in the Puget Sound area.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Because of all the music and dancing and food and everything. So it's really nice here, very pleasant. So we both enjoy. We both enjoy it.
The Korean Women's Association is on its way to becoming the most well-known social welfare organization in not only the local Korean society, but the whole region.
It's time for our last story of the day. A Korean adoptee taken in by a French family at the age of 7 has presented a new type of cuisine incorporating Korean flavors in French dishes. He is Chef Pierre Sang Boyer, and he has captured the taste of French fine diners with doenjang, which is Korean soy paste, and red pepper powder. Let's take a closer look.
This is the 11th district of Paris, known as the center of fine dining. A restaurant here is full of diners even before lunchtime. The waiting list is so long that diners have to wait up to an hour. Today's dish is veal with Korean samjang.
Je pense que c'est tout à fait une cuisine de tendance. Je pense que ça correspond très bien. Donc avec la sauce coréenne, avec la bonne viande comme ça, je pense que c'est parfait.
The dishes are a reinterpretation of French ingredients with Korean flavors like red pepper powder or doenjang, Korean fermented soy paste. The chef behind these dishes is Pierre Sang Boyer, a Korean adoptee who came to France at the age of 7. His experiences fostered his dream of becoming a chef.
Parce que je ne parlais pas français, je parlais coréen à cette période-là. Et à ce moment-là, même en ne sachant pas parler la langue, j'arrivais à comprendre le moment qu'on passait ensemble via les sentiments, via le sourire, via les grimaces, dû à la nourriture et au goût des produits.
Naturally, Boyer grew up eating French food. He began learning and cooking traditional French cuisine at the age of 16. He then encountered Korean cuisine in 2004. During a trip to Korea on his search for his roots. He had his first Korean dish in 18 years, and it stimulated his taste buds in a completely new way.
Et la fois où je suis retourné, vraiment, il y a le goût qui est revenu. Et ce qui s'est passé, c'est retour aux sources, retour à l'enfance. Et c'est là où moi je me suis dit dans ma tête que le goût, c'est le premier sens qu'on apprend.
In order to introduce Korean flavors in France, Boyer first worked on self-promotion. In order to show his cooking skills to the public, he took part in an extremely popular cooking competition TV show and won 3rd place. He harnessed his newfound fame and opened a restaurant in 2012 featuring Korean-style French cuisine. The French fine dining community reacted even more positively than he expected, and Boyer was encouraged to open a second restaurant in 2014.
C'est quelque chose que je ne connaissais pas avant, des nouveaux produits, quelques recettes qui sont phares dans le restaurant, comme le kimchi qui revient assez régulièrement, le semjam qui accompagne toutes nos viandes aussi. Donc voilà, un beau mariage de produits coréens avec des techniques françaises.
Some of Boyer's regular diners are Michelin star chefs. His clientele shows how his dishes are creatively changing French fine dining. Boyer's new goal is to introduce French-style Korean cuisine in Korea.
Et de ça, ce que j'essaie de faire en France, c'est de prendre le meilleur de la France avec des produits coréens. Et je pense qu'en Corée, ce serait l'inverse. C'est prendre le meilleur de la Corée avec des touches françaises.
Boyer has brought Korea into French fine dining. He continues to work towards connecting Korea and France through food.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories and Going Global. The world's scariest bridge may be the 430-meter-long glass-bottom bridge in Zhangjiajie National Forest in Funan Province, China, slated to open this month. The bridge hangs 300 meters above ground level and can hold up to 800 people. Videos of people crossing the bridge are making their rounds on the internet. I'm curious as to how it will feel to cross a glass-bottom bridge. If you enjoy thrills, this could be your next challenge. Now, Going Global will be back next week with more exciting and interesting stories from all around the world. Thank you for watching.